Good morning, and welcome to your daily morning horoscope for Monday, September 8th, 2025, Aries. Something out of the ordinary may appeal to you, especially if it seems dull these days. Nothing you can't indulge yourself in as long as you're considering it's dangerous or something you'll regret. To bring some excitement into your life, just think through and the means of attaining it. Perhaps all you need to try is a new sport or go out for the evening. Taurus, it's a great day to set goals or review existing ones. If you don't have a working list, it's time to start one. Brainstorm without censorship, let your thoughts flow and write them down. Prioritize the list, add the steps needed to reach each goal, and consider the time frame. Map out your life and go where you want. Gemini, make yourself available to someone in need of a friend. Don't turn anyone away if you're busy or under the weather. Chances are the person who comes to you needs the advice and support that only you can offer. Listening doesn't take away much energy, and that may be all that is required. Leave yourself open to others. Cancer, take care of yourself if you feel tired. There's no shame in slowing down or taking a day off if it's needed. If you can spend the day in bed, go for it. This can be more restorative than you know. If things must get done, delegate or work on a laptop from bed. Take heed when your body tells you to rest and give yourself the time that you need. Leo, music can soothe the savage beast. If you feel rather savage yourself, turn on some music, dance and sing along. You'll be amazed at how this reduces stress and increases energy. Many find it therapeutic when times are tough and emotions run high. Try it for yourself. Expand your listening range to include many musical styles, and you'll be glad that you did. Virgo, if you feel sluggish today, put on some upbeat music to get you going. Whether it's your favorite tune on the radio, it will help a great deal. Dance a little or sing while you tend to do your work. Filing just about anything goes more quickly with a little rhythm. It also makes it fun, so bring some enjoyment to your day. Libra, try, then try again. It can feel terrible to fail at something. Sometimes you just want to hide rather than face the possibility of humiliation. If success is important to you, you need to overcome your embarrassment and the fear. Most people have to try more than once, especially when striving for important goals. Don't give up. Your goals are worthy of the effort. Scorpio, consider talking to a good friend today. Don't let your pride get in the way of getting the support and help that you need. If you've made a mistake or fear you've done something wrong, don't walk around with guilt. Sit down with a confidant over a cup of coffee and share what's happening. Remember that everyone ends up in positions like this one point in time. Sagittarius, it might be time to face a recent failure. No one is exempt from disappointment of not succeeding at something. It's part of reaching a goal. No matter who you are or what you've done in the past, even the most accomplished people have had to face this. You aren't alone in your feelings. Just give it another shot. Things will work out. Capricorn, don't delude yourself. While it can be a real temptation to see what you want to see, there's danger in doing so. A pipe dream can only last so long. It's never permanent. Rather than playing the kind of trick on yourself, take off the blinders and face what's before you. Even if it hurts, it will likely be far less painful now than later. Aquarius, do you need a change of pace? If things are beginning to feel boring and you're apathetic, chances are that you do. All you have to do is figure out what to shift. If you're home most of the time, change the furniture around. It can be that the house seems new. Consider putting up new pictures or bringing in fresh flowers. Switch your schedule around. This will energize you. Pisces, mind your physical health today. Don't push yourself if you're feeling tired and run down, especially considering taking the day off from everything to get the rest that your body deserves. This can prevent more serious ailments by bolstering your strength and immune system. If you can't take a day off, consider what you'll do when you're forced to take a week because of your illness. This has been your daily morning horoscope for Monday, 8th September 2025. Have yourself a great day.
Well, good morning. It's Monday. I hope you had an awesome weekend and you're bright-eyed, bushy-tails, and ready to kick off another week. If that's not the case, that's all right. You understand? Not everybody going to wake up in the right frame of mind. Not everybody is going to be having a good day from start. But don't have any fear. We are here to help you and guide you along that path, right? We're going to help you to uplift the spirit. But first, we need to know what's happening around us. So let's go on over to our news department. Let's see what's happening.
Good morning. Time now for the news. Today's Monday, of course. My name is Timothy Paulion. In a democracy, the media is often called the fourth estate, but one St. Lucian politician says it's losing its footing. United Workers' Party candidate for Babonneau Titus Preeville is raising red flags about the state of local journalism, urging senior editors and reporters to step up as mentors and restore credibility to the profession.
I'm not sure where a story starts and where an opinion begins. I am aware that we have news, which is reporting on the facts, and we have opinion pieces where people sit and they give their opinion. But I'm listening to news programs. I have listened to a few news stories, and I feel so sorry for the journalists reporting those things, because I'm saying to myself, there must be an editor in that studio or in that station, and the editor owes it to that young journalist to ensure that that person is reporting as a journalist.
Preeville says that those involved in the media owe it to St. Lucians to present facts and report on issues without fear. For 38 years, the St. Lucia Sickle Cell Association has stood as a beacon of hope for thousands living with a hereditary blood disorder that often goes unseen. This September, as the nation observes Sickle Cell Awareness Month, the association invites the public to learn, support, and celebrate the resilience of those affected by sickle cell disease.
Because we believe that at that point in their lives, at that stage, that persons live in school, you know, they will soon be into courtship, have their partners, and we would like them to know their status. And we believe that as of now, you know, persons should be well aware that their partner, if you have a partner, you need to know whether your partner have the trait or not. Because, for example, if both persons have the trait, you know, we come to a situation whereby 1 out of 4 of your children will possibly get sickle cell disease.
Harry highlights the efforts of the association to educate members of the public on sickle cell, provide counseling for those affected, and assist the less fortunate who suffer with the disorder. They do this by providing medication hampers at certain points in the year and by providing assistance with surgeries and other medical procedures. We continue the broadcast with news that gridlock now, smoother rides later. That's the reality for commuters along the Castries-Groseilliers Highway, where major works are underway to expand and modernize one of St. Lucia's busiest roadways.
Currently, we're about, I'd say, 15% complete on the project, and although it seems like a lot of work has been done, we still have a long way to go, as the roadworks entail a lot of road widening, demolition of existing drains in order to create new ones, and reprofiling of the road to create a smoother ride. We have cleaned up a lot of the edges of the road in order to get an idea of what we are working with. We have also established a few retaining walls, and we have also widened on the road by taking on the road reserve currently in a few places.
I'm quite surprised at how quickly it's moving along. Whether it will continue at that pace through its completion, that's left to be seen, but so far I think they've only been working on this for a week and a half or maybe 2 weeks for the most, and most of the road is already widened. I didn't even think they could get this road so wide, but yeah, they're working very fast.
While the immediate impact has been increased congestion and inconvenience, officials stress that the long-term benefits will outweigh the short-term discomfort. Once completed, the dual carriageway is expected to ease traffic pressure across the north, improve safety, and create a more resilient transport corridor capable of supporting St. Lucia's growing economic and social demands. The 2025 Castries North Youth Awards is just around the corner, and nominations are officially open. Members of the public are encouraged to put forward outstanding individuals and organizations in 22 categories this year. These include outstanding youth in entrepreneurship, social development, media, student leadership, performing arts, and visual arts. Marcus Girodi, Castries North youth worker with the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports, explains how the public can submit their nominations.
They could go ahead and go on our North Castries Instagram page, which is North Castries YSC. Posters will also be displayed at various community bus stops with further details. Also, if they would like more information, they could contact me directly, 484-2038. Also, we're trying to see if we could get the community centers and also the health centers within these communities for the flyers to be placed up in there.
The Castries North Youth Awards ceremony is scheduled for Saturday, October the 11th, 2025, with the nomination period closing on Saturday, 20th of September, 2025. That's the news. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Join us at noon for our next news major, the Lunchtime Report. I'm Timothy Polion. Good morning.
Thank you, Newsroom. We take a break. We'll be back. Does the name Simon Mustard ring a bell? Well, if it doesn't, let me enlighten you. That is the British High Commissioner, who was recently on the island of St. Lucia, and we had the privilege, the honor of catching up with him, asking him a few questions. Here's the conversation. Well, you can call it privilege, or you can call it fate, or you can call it favor. But the morning show, we normally get some really wonderful people coming through our platform. And this morning, we have the honor and the privilege to have in our presence the British High Commissioner. Yes, this is the gentleman right here, Simon Mustard, and we are honored, sir. Welcome.
Well, thank you for having me. It's a privilege to be here.
Wonderful. Now, Simon, I want to mind your business. Why are you here? Simple and certain like that. Are you here supporting some of the programs? Are you here for, or you just decided, okay, it's time, you showed your face, or is there a specific reason for being here?
Well, it's my second visit to St. Lucia. I'm based in Bridgetown. I'm actually the British High Commissioner to the whole of the Eastern Caribbean network. And I work very closely with the wonderful Amy, our resident British Commissioner here, and her team. And she's obviously responsible for the bilateral relationship. But part of my job is to support and come and visit our missions across the region on a regular basis. So it's my second time here, and it's brilliant to be back.
Wonderful. Well, Amy's been doing an awesome job. Let me just let you know, and I'm not saying that because she's nice to me. She's actually been doing a very good job. So I know you will be pleased. But now that I've got you here, I've got your attention, there was something that was been on my mind, and I say, oh, is he here? I would ask him that because I want to know. Now I'm not going to put you on the spot. Recently we heard some announcement, or some pronouncement that, the British might be, having to scale down on the aids to foreign, their foreign aids. Now, we in St. Lucia want to know what that means for us, obviously. So what does that mean?
It's a really good question. And listen, everything you see in the news today indicates that we're facing really tough times, both in the Caribbean but globally. And the UK, like many countries, is looking about to where it's focusing its attention internationally. We can read about events in Haiti, in Venezuela, in Ukraine, in Gaza. It's a tough world out there, right? Lots going on. I think what I would say in response to that question is quite straightforward. We're not pulling back from the Caribbean. Yes, we're looking at the type of money we spend, whether it's development assistance, military assistance, security assistance, climate, etc., etc. And we're thinking hard about where we're spending our money. But as you and I both know, it's not just about money, and it's not just about running programs. It's about political engagement. It's about opening up opportunities for our businesses, both whether they're from St. Lucia or from the UK or from the region. And what I would say to your listeners and people who dial into your show or watch your show is the UK is not running away from the Caribbean. In fact, we're going to be more engaged on the things that matter to us collectively as partners across the region more than we ever have been. And I think of three things in particular. One is around security. Security is a common conversation for every politician, whether they be in St. Lucia or with your regional partners and in the UK. And we are a steadfast, reliable partner in the security space. And I know that is going to continue, in fact, to be amplified in the next 3 to 5 years. Second thing is something that feels very personal to you and your viewers and listeners, which is climate. We're in the middle of the storm season, touch wood, nothing serious happens in the coming weeks and months. But we are, as you know, we're leading advocate internationally for climate change, tackling climate change, to thinking about how your government and your partners can access reliable finance to deal with climate resilience and build safe structures and infrastructure, and also think about insurance and disaster response. And you know that we're world leaders in that field, and we're going to be very, very engaged in that going forward. And the last thing, again, which is something that everybody thinks about every day, is growth and jobs and the economy. Now, the Caribbean isn't a massive market for UK consumers, but some of the goods and services that you provide in this region, whether they're agriculture, whether it's geothermal energy, whether it's science and technology and medicine, and all of the great innovation that happens across this region day in and day out, week in, week out. We want to be partners in that and build our markets and build our reliance on good commercial partnerships. And we'll be continuing to operate in that space through finance, through opening up new markets and building new business opportunities. So 3 big areas where we are going to stay and be more prominent.
Well, this is good news. I can tell you that. This is good. This is good news. So it's not really a matter of scale down, but it's actually choosing what it is now you align yourself to purposefully.
You know, you've summed it up really well, actually. We're in a more competitive world in 2025 than we ever have been. You know, gone are the days where everybody, for example, looked to the US or to the UK or the European Union to say, you're the 3 guys we're going to rely on. There's more competition out there. You know, I look at the activity of our Canadian colleagues. I look at what some of our Gulf partners are doing, whether it's the Saudis or the Qataris or the Kuwaitis, the Turks in Europe. It's a multipolar world now. The days have gone where it was just one versus the other. And I think we've just got to all recognise that. And there are benefits and risks to all of that. But I think if, you know, you're looking at the government of St. Lucia and how they're trying to grow their economy and diversify, they quite rightly want to make choices about who their partners are. My job, working with Amy and the team across this region, is to say, we can't compete with everybody, but what we do well, whether it's science and tech, whether it's climate, whether it's security, whether it's infrastructure, trust us, we'll be your partners and we'll work with other partners in that space as well if the circumstances are correct.
Well, there's a lot of there's a lot of businesses, there's a lot of NGOs, there's a lot of people erecting things, going into their own platforms, creating platforms for different things. I don't think I've come across one that deals specifically with personal hygiene. I mean, personal hygiene normally gets roped into everything else, but on a standalone personal hygiene, we have not had one. Well, not that I know about, but here's a young lady that took it to the max. I'm here with 2 beautiful young ladies. And of course, whenever young women, especially, is doing things that helps to add value to the community, we definitely, that's our calling right there. We're going to put some light, shed some light on that. This young lady right here, Erlyn from Evolve and Change, I met recently, and we're going to find out all about her company, the one that she has started off, why she started it and all of that. And of course, we also have an event that is coming up under the brand. This amazing young lady here is going to tell us about it as well. But first, over to you, Erlyn. Tell me about Evolve and Change, you know, the starting up of this, what prompted it, you know, and how it's been going.
Okay, so Evolve and Change is a personal hygiene business. It's where I go to different business places and schools and I educate students and others on personal hygiene and grooming. This year will be 4 years since we have this business. And I decided to start it after COVID. I used to work at a jewelry store. I lost my job, and after I decided to follow my passion. I love to groom people. I love the way to see people look and well dressed. To me, the way you look and carry yourself says a lot about you. And I believe personal hygiene is a need for everybody. The way you take care of yourself is also says if you're a very healthy person, and it also have to do with the way you treat others, and also it starts with at home, because if you have a child and then you start to groom your child from home, when the child grow up, at least the child already know everything about hygiene.
Absolutely. No, I wouldn't think about it. I think it's a natural, normal thing everybody's supposed to do. But over time, boy, listen, it's not as, you know, automatic as we would like to think it is. So in your 4 years, I've seen that you've done quite a number of outreach programs. You've been to a number of businesses and schools. What has been the response?
Well, so far, everybody love it. While personal hygiene is a good thing, it's a very sensitive and ticklish conversation. So not everybody that will receive it right away, because certain people find like, okay, I already know about everything about personal hygiene. Some might feel offended. Yeah. But the thing is that not too much knowledge is always good. Not too much knowledge.
You can always be learning.
Yes, you can always be learning. You can never finish knowing everything, because I am still learning.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
Wonderful.
But it was well received by the schools.
Wonderful. Yeah. Well, what is the initial, you know, goal? What would you like to see in the future this company achieving on a bigger scale?
I would love to see the business not just branch out in St. Lucia, but also in the Caribbean.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're on your way to that, it seems.
Amen.
Let's talk about the event. You've got one coming up, or we've got this lovely lady here who seems to know all about it, but it's also part of the initiative under the brand as well. So you want to tell us a little bit, and then of course you're going to tell us about the actual event.
Okay, so we have an event coming up this month, which is on the 20th. It's called I Am My Sister's Keeper at Dominion Worship Center. It's where we have all different women from all folks of life coming together to support, encourage, and empower each other.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Now this is where Denise comes in. So Denise, you're part of that, part of the committee, and you're on board with that as well. Being involved in something of that light, what does it mean for you as a young woman? And then, of course, tell us what the event, what we can look forward to at the event, and how we can get involved.
I am elated to be part of the event because it's all about women empowerment, and we struggle. I think we're coming from a place where we struggle secretly, and we want to share and let people know that you're not alone in this journey. And this is why our president, which is Eileen, she came up with a lot of beautiful topics, which is forgiving, letting go, empowering, and lots of other secret things that you're going to find out very soon. You understand? So we have lots of prizes to be won. We want ladies to feel heard. If you have any questions that you want to know how to deal with, like for instance, if you want to forgive your father or if you want to forgive your partner and you don't know how to do that and you're struggling there, then we might have a sister who is here to come and help you. Yes. And because we want, when you come in, you might probably feel heavy, but when you come out, you feel rejuvenated.
That's the word,
right?
girl.
Like you went to the spa.
Absolutely. She have a lot of pizzazz, eh? When is the event exactly? How can we register?
Okay, so the event is September 20th. That's in 15 days because today is the 5th. Right. And we can register by sending you a link. So you can contact us at 486-6440 or Earling's contact, which is 728-4812. You could contact us and we're more than happy to share the link. It's free. We have lots of refreshments, but we do want everybody to actually register because we want to know for dietary restrictions, how many persons to cater for, and if there are any things that we need to take into consideration.
Wonderful. September 28th. Listen, this 20th, right? These two ladies got me excited, so I want to go and register now and put my thing in. Fish for me, no chicken, no pork, anything. We good. We check it on the menu right now. But you see why it's important to register. So definitely do that. And I want to say kudos to you on starting up this this company and going out. And Denise, you look like you have a lot in store for us for that engagement. So we're looking forward to it. Ladies, it's an opportunity to come on out and engage.
And thank you for having us.
No problem, girl.
Choosing to flaunt with Soca Size. Do have a wonderful day.
Today we will be stretching to Plenty Lovin', covered by Shaz and Elmo. Inhale up from here. Drop your hands down to your feet and exhale. Nice. Bring your hands to your shin. Roll up nice and slow. Your head is the last to rise. Nice. Inhale up. Exhale, step back onto your right leg. Exhale. Inhale, take it up. Curl your hips under and drop. Exhale. Nice. Bring it back. Excellent. Release. Take it forward. Bend your left, toes pointing to the ceiling. Excellent. Release. From the top. Inhale. Exhale. This time step back on your left. Take your hips under, drop. Inhale from here. And exhale out. Nice. Come back to the center. Inhale. Nice. Drop back. Come forward. Right toe pointing to the ceiling. Excellent. Slowly roll up. Take it up. Exhale. Take it all the way down. One more time. And roll up nice and slow. Head is the last to rise. Inhale. Exhale. Enjoy.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this morning's Soca Size session. Leading the wine, we have Suzanne, Maxine, and Shani. Let's begin.
Well, there you go, guys. It's Monday. It's the start to another refreshing week, I hope. And if not, don't worry. You have tomorrow. Once you've got life, every day is an opportunity for you to get up and make the best out of it. All right? So maybe this morning is not it for you, but by the end of the day, I am sure going to keep you in my prayers that it's going to all work out. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we catch you again tomorrow for another DBS this morning.